All right, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a Walking Dead comic book series type of video after that huge release last week for The Walking Dead issue 191. In this one, we're going to give our thoughts on whether or not we think Rick will survive on past the big issue 200. And this video will also contain spoilers for anyone who has not read up to current date for the Walking Dead comic book series, which is up to the big issue 191, which I've just read, I think has gone back into print, because I think that basically they sold out probably every copy everywhere that you could every comic book shop you can think of. So this was a huge issue. If you missed my review for it last week, this was a big one, of course, continuing along with what we've been seeing in the Walking Dead comic book series with the Commonwealth and all the craziness that's been going on with it. We basically have a huge power struggle going on there between Rick and Pamela Milton, and I suppose her son now as well too, her supporting team, Mercer, who's somewhere in the mix there, previously Dwight, and then Rick also kind of starting to kind of, even though it seems like he didn't really want to get into this deal, he kind of has no other choice but to sort of get into it. Even though he didn't want to, and he kind of wanted to let them do their own thing, it's kind of become apparent that Pamela is sort of idiotic, and he's kind of been sort of sucked into this game and this stuff that's been going on, and you know, it's not going well, right? And people are gonna die. People have been dying, right? So this is what's happening. So we've got that was issue 191. We have 8 issues left until the big issue 200, which, of course, if you guys remember, issue 100, that was the big issue where we saw the final issue for Glenn. That was the Negan kills Glenn issue in the comic book series. Television series version adapted that for the season 7 premiere. So one of the biggest moments in the history of The Walking Dead, issue 100, maybe the biggest, you know, maybe the standout moment of the series for the comic book series was the big issue 100. What will he do for issue 200? What will we see in issue 200? Well, it looks like based on issue 191, we may not have to wait that long. Don't make an effing sound. Sebastian came in as he said, don't move. And Rick says, Sebastian, trust me, you don't want to do this. And then we see basically Sebastian give him kind of an angry talking to. And then right after that, we see out of nowhere, Rick gets shot right in the torso, just a little bit to the left. Not a good spot to be shot in, right? You know, you have most of the, I'm not a doctor, but most of the major arteries kind of going from the heart and everything, you know, here. And he's been shot straight through to where there's splatter at the back, so probably an exit wound at the back, I would think, straight through. You can see, you know, here at the backside there as well, and a lot of it coming out. So if he doesn't get medical attention straight away, well, you know, he's going to die. What did you do, right? What did you do? Crazy stuff, man. And then that's where they leave us off with issue 191. So I wanted to bring in issue 200 also to help keep it sort of spoiler-free for those who are not caught up with The Walking Dead, so they can kind of join in the discussion now they know, obviously, what's been going on. And it's pretty crazy, man. You know, it's pretty crazy to think. Most of the comments that I saw after issue 191's release were that people think Rick's dead. I mean, people think that this is it for Rick, that this is the shot that kills Rick, that this is the end for Rick, that Sebastian has just basically killed off the legendary Rick Grimes. Which is crazy stuff. You know, I always kind of figured that Rick would pretty much survive on all the way through The Walking Dead, or maybe eventually Carl would take over. Could it be that Sebastian is sort of a possible antagonist for Carl? He is similar in terms of age to Carl, right? And as we've seen, he's pretty fearsome. So what will Carl do when he finds out what's just happened here? And will this basically start a war if Rick is killed off in this way? I tend to think that it probably will. If this is it for Rick, if Rick dies here, it's going to be all out civil war. There's going to be nothing that's going to stop this. You know, there's going to be nothing that anyone can do. This is going to be crazy. Carl and the others are going to hunt down Sebastian and hunt down Pamela and everything, and you know, do what they're going to do, and it's not going to be good. So personally, when I read it through, I thought, well, Rick will survive, right? But maybe that's just me in denial. because I just kind of always default to, well, Rick will survive. It'll work out. Rick will live, right? Rick will survive on. It'll be okay. They're not going to kill Rick off. You know, it's The Walking Dead. You need to have your Rick. But of course, recently in the Walking Dead television series, they had, you know, Andrew Lincoln left, right? They didn't kill him, but they had him leave, and we've gotten confirmation that we will never see Rick again in the Walking Dead TV series. And it was handled extremely well, and I think everybody is still enjoying the Walking Dead TV series, maybe just as much as they were before, or almost as much. And it really kind of brought a lot of interest to the Walking Dead Season 9. So who knows? Maybe Kirkman kind of, you know, got to see the fans' response to that, and maybe at first he thought, well, if he kills Rick off, everybody will just be so angry, they'll just, you know, they'll stop reading, they'll quit, or something like this. And maybe the way people responded to him leaving in the Walking Dead TV series kind of made him think, like, okay, maybe Rick shouldn't survive, you know, past 200. Maybe Rick shouldn't survive all the way through. Maybe I have this Sebastian kid kill him, and we pass things on to Carl. Because, of course, remember, the Walking Dead TV series does not have their Carl. Carl is specifically special to the comic book series now that he's still alive in the comics. So could we see Carl sort of take over now? Could this be it for Rick? Could Rick be dying here, and then Carl takes over as the future for The Walking Dead with a first antagonist of a boy similar in age, but you know, on the opposite side, Sebastian? And what will Carl do if he gets his hands on Sebastian, if this is it for Rick and Rick does die? So I hope that Rick doesn't die. I hope he does survive on past 200. I don't think there's any telling right now one way or another, but all I'll say is that most people read this as this is Rick's death right here, that Rick will die now. So that's crazy stuff. I'm still in denial. I still can't process it. I'm still thinking that, no, Rick will survive somehow. He'll JSS this shit. You know, you get Dr. Eugene in there, you get the doctors in there right away or something. Someone will hear it, and he'll survive on past 200. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is it for him. Maybe he is just being killed off, and that's it, and I just can't come to grips with it. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think Rick will survive on, or do you think this is it for Rick? Do you think Rick is dead in the Walking Dead comics? And that he will not survive on past issue 200, and we'll probably see a funeral before then or something like that in the next year in the series, and then we'll see the future for The Walking Dead without Rick, a Rickless Walking Dead. Let me know what you guys think. Leave your comments below. If you liked this video, like it. Thumb it up below. Subscribe at the bottom left. And yeah, man, crazy stuff. I really hope it's not the case. I hope Rick does survive. But man, when I look at the placement of that shot and the spatter at the back wall, it's not looking good. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you again soon for another video. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon.